Hello and welcome back to the DJWW Auto Diagnostics YouTube channel. Today we are back with my 2007 BMW 335i. Now we've got an issue at the minute, a bit of a strange issue. We've got the dashboard lit up like a Christmas tree. It's almost certainly an ABS fault. We've tried to scan it with the Carly scanner with my iPad. It has got a code score stored, but it was very unclear as to what that code was. It seemed to think it might be a wheel sensor, seemed to think it might be a yaw rate sensor. It was extremely unclear. So we're just going to quickly drive the car and quickly demonstrate what we have. So we've got the dashboard currently lit up like a Christmas tree at the moment, and if I set off, let me just pop the seatbelt on, stop any further codes going off. Okay, so as we set off, these lights will progressively start to clear. The ABS will kick in like it did just then. So there we go. All of the lights have gone off. Now the ABS is kicking in when it shouldn't. So it's almost certainly a duff wheel sensor that we're dealing with. Okay, so what we're going to do, we're just going to drive down the lane. And there we go, that's got all of the lights back on. You can see. So there we can see all of the lights are back on. So next thing we're going to do is we're going to pull up here for a second and we're going to have a look. We've done a scan with ISTA, and we can see we've got codes stored in the DSC. So if we click on display fault memory, we can see we've got a code score stored there, a 5dB2 code stored for a rear left wheel speed sensor. So if we click on calculate test plan, now we click on display. Okay, and we need to put in a number 1 because it's the 5dB2, which is the rear left. And we've got the fault that says increment wheel rear left. So what we're going to do, we're going to take this back to the workshop now. We have got a replacement wheel speed sensor, and we will have a look and just see exactly what the story is. We'll start by replacing the wheel speed sensor. If that doesn't work, then we will look at something else. But whilst we're here, what we will do is just see if we can get some data up for all four all 4 wheel speed sensors and just see what we have. So if we go back to vehicle information and click on the DSC module and go on call PCU functions, yeah, let's just give that a second to come up. And then if we click on component, on diagnosis scan rather, let's have a look at the what I'm interested in is both the speed and direction of what we're seeing from the wheel sensors. So at the moment everything appears to be okay. I'm just going to go and turn the car around now, and I'll come back and we'll see if we can get some data from these wheel speed sensors. Okay, so we've had a look at some of the data just now, and what we're seeing is, in terms of actual speed values, we're getting speed values from all 4 wheels, so there's no problem there. But what we're not getting is it doesn't seem to know the direction of rotation, which I would suggest is a very strange issue. So obviously for all the other 3 sensors, front right, front left and rear right, it knows that that wheel is going forwards or backwards, come to that. So as soon as you go backwards, it knows that you're going in reverse. But for the rear left, there's no value at all, so it doesn't seem to know what direction the wheel's going in, which it's just got no value stored for. So what we're going to do, we're going to take this back to the workshop and we're going to change this wheel sensor and just have a look at the rear left wheel and see if there's anything obvious there that can help us understand what the problem is. We'll see you in a moment in the workshop. Okay, so this is the offending wheel sensor in question. It's looking a little bit crusty in there, but we're going to have a try now to get this bolt out amongst things and see if we can get this sensor out and swapped. Okay, so we've managed to get the sensor out. It was a bit rusty and crusty. It was a 5mm Allen key, and then in the grooves just here we managed to get a couple of screwdrivers in and just get a bit of weight behind it to move it. So yeah, it's out, and we're just going to unclip it now and remove some of this plastic work here, and we'll get the new one fitted, and hopefully that will resolve the issue. Okay, so we've got the old sensor disconnected now. From here, we only had to remove two little 8mm bolts in the wheel liner there, and also the 10mm plastic nut, which was on there, to get that out. So we've unfed the sensor. It goes down and goes behind the spring and then comes back round to where the sensor is here. So what we're going to do now is quickly clean this up and put the new sensor on, and hopefully we'll be good to go. Right, so we've got the sensor rerouted now and clipped into the various places. Next step is to push it back in the hole and get it secured. So we've give this surface the wire brush treatment, and it looks a lot better than it did. We're now going to try and see if we can seat the sensor. Back in the hole. That's gone in there with a reassuring kick. So it's a 5mm Allen key, hopefully. So that bolt's gonna go in there with no fuss, and I'm going to do this, not much more than hand tight with these. You really don't need. Once it stops, that's it, it's over. So okay, so we'll get this thing buttoned up and see if the issue's gone away. Okay, so we've got everything buttoned up, and we're back in the car now. We've got ISTA back on. So what we're going to do is just go back into the DSC module, call the PCU functions, and pretty much as soon as we start moving with this, we'll know if it's fixed. So diagnosis scan, wheel speed sensor, read state. So we're all showing at 0 at the moment. So if I start to head backwards, let's see. And well, when we're moving, it's going into reverse state. It's showing no value when stationary. Okay, so I think the next step with this now, let's just go forward and make sure, yes, it knows we're going forward. Oops. So it knows we're going forward. Okay, so I think at this point we're going to clear the fault code. So let's let go of, just click on delete fault memory and then trigger component. Okay, if we, okay, so all the lights have now gone off. So if I just drive forward a little now, it looks like we're all good, and I think we should be about ready to wrap this one up, I think. Let's just do that once more, because it is still showing us oh no, okay, I've seen it there, it's just gone green. So right, I think we're about ready to wrap this one up. Okay, so we're a couple of weeks on now from the last time we looked at this. The previous ABS wheel sensor we fitted just made the situation worse. If anything, the code was still there, only the symptoms for it were actually worse. So we've done what we should have done in the first place, and frankly I should know better. We've gone and bought a original OEM 80E wheel speed sensor, which we're going to give this a go, fit this, and I'm expecting this to resolve the issue. So we're going to crack on and get this issue resolved, and we'll be back in just a moment. Okay, so it's a 5mm Allen screw to get this sensor out. I've had this out before, so it shouldn't. May just need a little bit of persuasion to get it on its way. A little tab just on the back, and tends to find it the easiest way. So can't see anything wrong with this sensor, but it is a cheap eBay sensor, so wrap on the wrists for me. I should have known better. Than to buy that, but you live and learn. Okay, so we just need to undo just a few of these nuts and bolts around here, just to give us enough access behind the cover. It's a 10mm on the big nut, and the other screws in the side are all 8mm. Like I say, these have all been out before, so not expecting a terribly difficult time with them. So I think just the bottom two, I do believe, is enough to be able to just fold it up out of the way. So this is a connector up here. It's just got a couple of pinch tabs on each side. So just use your thumb on that, and there we go. And that's the old one out. Piece of eBay junk. So that's expecting just. Yeah, no point trying to return it because it's used, just it's going to end up in the bin. Right, so we've had a good look down this hole, spun the hub round and such. Can't see any major blemishes on the hub, the drive shaft, or the wheel bearing, or anything like that. So it looks like that's definitely not going to be causing an issue. So we're going to try this new 80E wheel sensor, and we'll see whether it clears the issue. It was never a case of it not getting a speed signal. It was it's the direction of rotation that seems to be actually causing the problem. So the DSC or the ABS computer, call it what you will, doesn't seem to know on this wheel what direction the wheel's spinning in, and that's where the alarm's coming from. So we're going to try this sensor, and this is a original OEM part, so we'll try this and we'll see whether it clears the issue. Okay, so we've got the new sensor installed now. We had to give it a couple of light taps just to get it to go in, but ultimately it went in pain-free. So next thing we need to do is routed the sensor round. Got it all in the existing kits, including that one there. And now all we need to do is to plug this in to the fitting up here. I can just need to get some light on that. Got the flat nearest to me. Like that. Which I believe is in. Didn't make a very nice click, it didn't, but it looks like it's all the way down. Okay, so we've got the wiring connector in now, all seated in all its various places and such, so it's just a case now of putting the guard back, put the wheel on, and get the laptop on, and hopefully this issue's fixed. Okay, so we're back on. We've got the wheel liner back in place now. We just need to put all the various. We've got a big 10mm fastener and these two 8mm down this side. Okay, that's the first one, usually the easy one. Now for let's just get them both started first. So that. Okay, that should be it, folks. We're on and we'll start doing some testing. Okay, so the ABS saga continues. Having failed to resolve this issue by swapping the wheel sensors, first for a cheap eBay one, secondly for a OEM one, conclusion that the ABS sensor is probably not at fault. It turns out we've actually got a more serious issue with the wheel bearing, which I can graphically demonstrate here, and hopefully the camera will pick this sound up. We've got a lot of movement top to bottom, and I've had the wheel off this afternoon. It's not the suspension moving, it's the hub and the wheel bearing, which I think goes to explain the issues with the ABS. The amount of movement. There's also, it's less pronounced, but there's some movement side to side as well, but it's top to bottom is where it's obvious. So that's what we've got to do. So it looks to me like It needs a wheel bearing. I've checked the other side, no problem on the other side. The other side's as solid as a rock, so the next step in this project to fix this issue is going to be to replace the wheel bearing, and that will more than likely be in part 2 of this saga.